Okay. It's late, but let's get it going. Hey, actually, let me just test the thing real fast. Look at something really quick. Okay, that's not gonna work. Damn. Anyway, we continue. Actually, let's save state. Since I have had problems with war. Let me just double check those save states. And we're good, just in case we need to reform our party.
He's so happy to be there.
Maximilian is great. Also, generally, not something that somebody that I am a big fan of putting on the front line. Because I'll mention this 1,000 times, but Max has a really high death rate.
I mean, he is pretty old.
He's extremely old by this point. Yeah, there we go. Now Gilbert has, like, Apple in his party, as he should, and he is not a fucking piece of paper.
Hooray.
Mazes is a unit.
Just him, okay.
I forgot that Mazes was a unit. Oh, yeah. Mazes' special unit is, or special ability is blow up indiscriminately. Yeah, 2's war system has problems at times. Yeah, but the war battles are generally the weakest part of a Suikoden game.
I mean, I think the idea is nice. It's just that, like, if you're gonna go with a completely different battle system, it's usually gonna not be as refined as your main battle system.
Exactly. Whoop, there goes Max. To be expected. But luckily, nobody should die in his unit. Yeah. No reports, no nothing. He's fine.
Oh. As long as he isn't, like, actually dead, I guess.
Nope. That's why Ulan's in that unit. Ulan, the bodyguard special, keeps people from getting injured.
Yep, that is a useful thing to have for Maximilian in particular.
Chat says he is 65 in this game.
Nice. All of that and one guy fell down. Jeez.
Fire magic feels good, but risky. Alright, we can have claws. Could go for a power move here. It would require not attacking with George this turn. Okay. Oh, George. What? Man, that's just really bad luck. Invention! Good.
Did that actually do any damage?
No.
At least it didn't hurt itself, I guess?
Yep. At least he didn't hurt himself. Adlai has a 99% hit rate and missed. That's XCOM.
That's also Fire Emblem.
Yeah, so eventually Joey retreats, leaving Lucia to fight on her own. And Lucia is actually a pretty good unit. Retreat those two there. We can move up the hero. Now, the thing is, we do actually have to take out Lucia to finish this fight. And that's it's not an easy task, as it turns out. Yeah, most attacks have a 10% chance of hitting her. Unfortunately, our main magic users are really high up there. At least try and hit with Mazes. It's really weird because I want to say Magus, but
That's from another game altogether.
yeah. Time to just butt heads for a bit. Ugh.
And if even the magic misses, jeez.
Oh, and there goes Victor's groove.
Well then.
I might just blitz somebody. I think you can also get to Muse and capture it.
Yeah, like I don't think I've seen a hit yet.
Yeah, I might go for
this one.
the Muse capture strategy. Yeah, boss units are the big problem. Luck plays such a factor into the war fights that it almost kind of gets on fun, if I'm being real.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that the percentages are so low that, like, this happens.
And it's really just the boss units that have this problem.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't really having this problem at all with the regular enemies, but, like...
Alright, that's one hit. Yeah, I'm gonna try George. Hauser around. Hauser gets hurt. God. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, sometimes 3 swords appear, and I really don't know what that means. Yeah, and a mention of another character, Beecham, who is another big role player in 3.
His name is Beecham?
Yep.
I mean, alright.
No, that was a critical. George did a critical. Let's see. Let's grab Persmerga.
Might as well.
Tom was fine. And it's kind of like Tomo. Tomo's like weirdly good. Yeah, let's get Genshu. Genshu, who's like, let me see how sharp your weapon is, and comes with a level 11 weapon. The fuck, Genshu. It's quiet. Perhaps too quiet. Something odd inside. Yeah, just in case. I'm gonna save state here. Realizing that I haven't saved for a while. And this is a boss fight.
Oh, well then. Well, I mean, you have a pretty strong team. I'm sure nothing can go wrong.
I actually really want to see this rune. I have no idea what it does, but I kind of want to see it in action.
I mean, there's no way the Sun Death is going to work, but...
No, yeah, there's no way it's going to instant death him, but I just kind of want to see what happens. Whoops, that's not the person I went to heal. I went to mark. By the way, family attack has gotten very strong because hero has gotten very strong.
Huh? Turns out that sharpening does things? Oh jeez, that is much stronger than it was before the sharpening.
My god. He's really bad.
Well, it looked cool.
It looked cool, that's what matters. Yeah, we're getting to the point where I do actually have to start sharpening weapons. That'll be a thing to do in between videos. Like, even Victor's fallen off on damage, and he has like a killer rune and everything.
Yep. What's his weapon at? If you know?
10 or 11. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Very rude. Meanwhile, here comes Domo. Oh, that thing took half damage.
I always love seeing the animation for that. It's so silly.
I love it. Give me more of that shit. Wait, attack up? Does that actually give an attack up? Oh! That was good.
Hey, that was some damage. I guess it was an attack up. Kind of a weird thing to do. Oh, not really.
More wolves. Yeah, so did you think you were just fighting one?
Oh, well then, that does explain why it was seemingly pretty easy.
I love that the ice crystals that come down are actually random each time.
Huh. That's pretty cool, actually.
God, you goober, if maybe you were looking the right way. I should look at what his equipment is. He probably doesn't have great equipment. Like armor. Well, Kenchu's dead.
Well then.
The difference between this and the zombie dragon that can only attack once per turn.
Turns out that multiple turns is a pretty good thing to have.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, again, I'm gonna take a look again too, because he really did not wow me. I'm gonna guess that because he is a samurai, he came with like no armor. He died like he lived, with his back turned to the opponent. Wait, I gave 100%. Okay, game. Can you tell me that's not magic? My fist to your face style. Actually, I got that backwards.
I have no idea how the lightning bolt thing isn't magic. I'm just still kind of in shock about that.
Yeah, it's definitely magic damage because the attack did way less damage to Persmerga. Okay! Cool! Welp! Good to know! Stealth. Stealth. Stealth.
Oh, really? Wow. That's such a mean thing to do.
He actually has pretty decent armor on. Like, not fantastic, but not terrible. Yeah, he's not bad stat-wise. Just has a level weapon. That's all. Okay, yeah, you can just run.
I mean, yeah, if they come back, you have to run. Like, I don't think there is another option, is there?
Servants of the Beast Rune. So, we're getting a good bit of backstory here. Highland used to be part of Harmonia, which, as we know, has the Circle Rune, and when they split off, the Blight clan got the Beast Rune from Harmonia. Slaves to the rune. Yep, the Beast Rune is broken by blood sacrifice. That's what happened in that cutscene way, way back with Luke, not Luke, with Muse and Miklatov.
Oh, it's nice to get some closure on that.
Apple making a good call for once. Time to rest. Time to hit the wrong button.
Time to check on cooking?
Time to check on cooking.
Although I think you did say there was some sort of other trigger.
There is, but like I don't know when. It's just another time thing, but like another event has to occur
Oh, you mean like
before
that.
the next fight, and it makes the next battle a little harder. Nope, event trigger has not occurred yet.
Alas.
Time to make the donuts. Nanami. Oh yeah, all the performers are back here now. If you talk to any of them, I think it does song time.
I don't see Gengen there at all.
Right? Oh. Things are extremely coming to a head.
Dun dun dun. I'm just enjoying this cat that's... I'm not supposed to be sitting on the floor, it's sitting like... I guess it can't exactly be sitting on the railing because there is no railing because that's just a fake wall cut out. I'm glad the cat purr is purring. Very important.
The Path of Kings. I'm gonna say so because I don't know if this is gonna start up the next war fight. It extremely started up the next war fight. Oh, this okay. This is very important. Look at all these people. And Muku Muku.
And Muku Muku and a robot. I'm sad the animals aren't on the side.
How many do the wonderful 108 do we have so far? We got them all. Also, thank you for the sub. So I think a couple of these are determined, and they're always the same people, but like Taiho's optional, I want to say. No, wait. Is he the... No. Taiho, yeah, Taiho's optional. So it populates this with some very optional people that can say things. One of the squirrels is a star. Muku Muku is a star. The rest are not.
Does everyone get a line?
Most do. Ah, and here it is. So, this is the point of no return.
And here we are.
Oh, you're back.
Hello.
Yeah,
Just
so
in time.
this isn't like going into the end game, but you need all 108 before this point, and if you do, Licknat appears.
To grant you the power you've earned.
Yeah, as opposed to the previous game where 108 allows Licknat to use time power for the first and only time. In this one, it breaks a seal on the shield rune. Because up until this point, we have been unable to use our fourth spell. No way! What's the minimum number of characters you can beat the game with? No, it's not 6. There's a lot of forced recruits. It's probably more around 30 or 40. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, I forgot. We got the top floor bedroom now. Now, I'm not going to... Oh, apparently we're just going.
I realized I was muted for that. Have we looked at old book number 9 yet?
5, and yes.
Okay, so have we discussed thematics yet?
It was funny because I got old book 5, looked at it, and then immediately after that, there was a cutscene with Joey and Rio where they're like, here's our runes, they have to fight each other.
It's not just that, though. So, do you recall, I guess, the positions that the brothers took in the creation myth? What their boasts were, in particular.
Yeah. The sword is the attacker and the shield is the defender.
So the two halves of the bright shield rune, or the two halves of the rune of the beginning, represent the sword and shield, but also, I guess, destructive and creative potential. So the respective roles that Rio and Joey find themselves playing in their organizations have very likely sort of been nudged in those particular directions by their runes.
Mm-hmm. It's the thing about the true runes in the Suikoden games. They're... Except in some edge case scenarios, they don't have a will of their own, but they sort of push their owners in certain directions.
Yeah. It might be safer to say they have a will, but they're not, except, in cases like the Rune of Night, they're not sentient as such. All they do is enforce certain patterns of behavior or certain patterns of fate on the people that bear them.
Now, I'm not going to go into the description of the rune, because I'm saving this for a very specific moment, but there's the final spell, Forgiver Side. It is a damn thing.
Yeah, it's the business.
It's a pretty good reward for getting every character. And that's the thing to think about. If you play through this game and you miss one character, you just never get your 4th spell slot.
Oh yeah, the Forgiver Sign also had some bugs associated with it, but Amigo Lupus, I saw that comment and I thought of it immediately, but I was hoping someone wouldn't make that joke. There one day, I'm sure. I sure hope so, because the construction of Suikoden 3 as a narrative is just intensely fascinating to me.
Oh, also I brought fucking Genshu to a fight. He is not a great character.
Huh. I'm surprised given how difficult it is to recruit him.
Yeah, well, first of all, even though he requires you have a 14 weapon, he only has an 11 weapon.
Great.
Damn it. Well, I had to check on lunch, but no.
That's what I figured. How many lunch did I miss?
We completed 7, so there are 5 left.
God.
So there is no lunch right now?
But I believe lunch 8 may require 2 procs. Because it requires 1 for the first scene, and then there's another one afterwards. Alright. We are heading to Matilda.
You missed the 108 stars coming together. Bring McDole to the No, we're not bringing. We're not heading to fucking Grigminster again.
We will head to Greg Minister one more time before the end of the game, and that's for something very important.
I think I know what, but we'll see.
It's to help us with a quest. The strongest weapon known to man.
Here we go. Forward to Matilda.
Okay, so though Leon Silverberg is taking Shu's bait, hand over fist, we are still up against a very suitable force here. We'll just scan the battlefield real fast. First of all, the Matilda White Knights, who are pretty okay units. They're 7/6s. Gerudo's up there as a 9/12. Pretty beefy. You know, the Highland Army, they're pretty... This is standard Highland. The Archers, okay. The Horsemen, they're alright. There's Uber, being a monster, as always. Seed is here, also being a monster. Joey is less so, but still pretty high stats. So Uber and Seed are going to be impossible to hit.
Seed has come a long way from his 8/8 stats during the last war battle we saw him in.
Yeah. Units have been shuffled around a bit due to story events.
Gilbert finally has his full deployment again. So now he's not like an 8/8 himself. Ada gets to be an 8/8 because she's leading an archer unit, and we don't give a shit what the defense of an archer is. Depicted here. We're out of the gate effort, Ada.
Maximilian's just loving it.
Also like
Maximilian was the only unit that went down in the last fight.
Fortunately, you kept Ulan with him.
Yeah. Oh, that's
How
Uber.
mighty have fallen.
Oh boy. I was like, I'm gonna attack this unit here. Oh, no,
Let's not and say we
maybe
did.
we don't. Both sides tore each other up a bit there.
Yeesh.
Victor should be able to finish off that archer though.
Nobody with
No.
melee. Are either of the lamp dragons nearby?
Way back on Hauser's unit.
Because it would be nice to have somebody with melee just run up and dunk the archers.
Very
Come off
least,
from extreme range.
we can heal Kasumi.
Ideally, we don't lose our ninja. Giving Ridley a knight, huh?
He'll do good work. Also, I had forgotten that Mazes is a fucking unit.
He's like a unit commander?
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. Oh, so we do have a second squad of casters now.
Why did I put that in an archer unit? Not my decision. Because
Oh, the game auto deployed Gijimu there?
yeah, remember Kiba just left to go do his own thing, so it
Oh,
shuffled some units
right.
around.
Right. He was attached to Kiba's unit originally.
Probably.
Because, yeah, Gijimu doesn't make a lick of sense in an archer unit. He's one of the melee characters. Yeah, this could be going better. All up in Kasumi's junk is not what we wanted to see.
Yeah. Luckily she has fast moves, so she'll get away. Fortunately, the only unit she can attack going fast move is Uber.
And our cavalry just could not give less of a fuck about Matilda's archers. Still, this has not been a particularly hot start.
Holy shit, Ada.
Boy, I can't wait.
She's just doing work.
Good. We need our support units to do that.
What's the victory condition here? I fucking never know. They don't label the victory conditions anywhere.
Dunk Gerudo, maybe.
Yeah, that's why I'm going after Gerudo, because like, if you look
God
at these,
damn.
if you look at these units, Gerudo is the most reasonable unit to go after.
Yeah, the guys up north may be the B team, but boy howdy, they're bringing their A game today. Yes.
Yeah, don't be so quick to say these things.
God damn it, Max. You just had to prove me wrong, didn't you? Alright. Can Victor smash that archer?
Might be able to.
He's not touching Uber, so...
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a move here.
Oh, I see, yeah. Unit shuffling is tricky when you've got this many one-move units packed into a tight mass.
Melee! Yeah, so I have established that what melee does is it is a for sure hit against a unit of the type that it is against.
Yeah. So Lo Wen will always put the beat on an archer unit if she attacks it in melee.
Oh, I fucked up. I shouldn't have moved foot there.
Yeah, well, his unit's pretty beefy, so
No. I'm trying to use Mazes' rune. But it's so fucking hard to use. So what Mazes' rune is he will do an area effect attack, but it hits allies too.
Ah, so you really need to set it up. Or
Yeah.
you could just use him as a caster.
I mean, yeah, that's
Still
the
a range 3 attack.
next turn, I may sacrifice him to Uber a little bit, but I think I'll move whoever is right next to Uber down and just drop it and try and take out as much of Highland as possible.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's a placeable AoE that...
Yes.
That is really cool. You can lose at these. Some of these are heavily scripted, but we're into the point where you can start winning and losing on your own merits.
Yes! 1 damage to Uber.
Did you? Yeah, you dinged Uber's army for... Yeah, you can lose if Rio's unit dies, and more importantly, there's a soft lose condition in a lot of these, in as much as go down, specifically before this point. There's a chance that any of the Stars of Destiny that are attached to them can die in battle, at which point you lose access to Forgiver Sign because you got some of the 108 stars killed before they could grant you the power of the Forgiver Sign. I can only imagine there's... Dang it, Victor took a...
Yeah, next turn is going to be a shield rune turn.
Fortunately, as it transpires, we, have the half of the rune of the beginning that wards against harm. So that works out great for us. Since, as it turns out, Rio is not particularly the most dangerous person or anything in his army. What he is a force multiplier. In terms of leadership and in terms of, fabulous healing powers. Honestly, I wish they made more games just because, with the exception of Suikoden, I liked every one of the games, even Suikoden 3 with all its weird engine crap. I really, really enjoyed just because its presentation was so cool and it did something really interesting. So, I was okay with it.
Again, we're being real risky with mazes here, but I'm gonna do the move. Back Victor up, move Ridley up.
Oh, you're going for it, are you?
I'm going for the damn move.
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
Mazes, front line.
You're a lunatic.
Dying fire.
God damn, Ridley.
I just damaged Seed.
Totally worth it.
Our dog, ladies and gentlemen. Dang. Nope, you took out a unit and we put a hit on Seed. That's good enough for us.
Yeah, as long as I don't attack a unit with Mazes, it's fine because they can only do 1 damage a turn. Let me see if I can't take out this horse boy.
Yeah, we've put some. Yeah, you might want to do that from outside of melee range. Maybe the odds aren't as good, but you don't stand a chance of taking counterfire either. Well, we're chipping at it, but...
Yes.
Ah, you remembered we have Bombard.
Okay. Now for the northern front.
Risa that gives Bombard?
Yep. God, Ada's hit every turn.
She's apparently our pocket ace up north.
Max is doing work.
I believe in you, Max.
The team continues to get shit done, apparently.
Yep, now we just need to fuck up Gordo.
Special skill? No, but she is a...
Oh, piss.
She's an archery leader, so, you know. Probably should have spent that nuking down the missing, or the remaining Matilda unit rather than futzing with... Ugh.
It would have been some real weird... I wouldn't have been able to move because there's a forest. Max can't move through the forest. Oh, okay. Max still alive.
Yeah, the English voice acting for Tyrkus was incredibly awkward. Played back at super high speed for no clear reason, and yeah.
Mazes! Mazes!
What?
He didn't do damage, but he also didn't take damage.
What is happening?
Mazes!
Who is this strange beardly wizard? And how is he just shrugging?
Muscle Wizard!
He is Muscle Wizard. Alright.
Reinforcements!
Apple, no, please don't. Oh, thank God. Horseman squads.
Ah. Hell yeah. Victory.
No, we just had to hold out until now, apparently.
Hey man, I almost
They
took
did
out
not.
Gerudo. I almost took out Uber. Hi, Barbara?
We're pulling it out.
Was Barbara the reinforcements?
Me?
Barbara and Linoa were reinforcements.
The quartermaster. Hi, Leona. Great. We had we had our base support personnel serve as reinforcements.
God.
Seriously.
Went with the fucking gambit.
I see we went with the... It's not really the empty city ruse, but it more or less is. We went with our totally not soldiers as soldiers. In fairness, this was bluffing with a pair of twos as opposed to the empty city ruse, which is bluffing without any cards.
I do like this, that during the last battle, we had some of our Matilda Knights go in with the normal Matilda Knights.
As it turns out, it's easy to hide in a bunch of fleeing soldiers. And somewhere Leon is just being very smug. I genuinely don't know.
What, don't you know?
Can knock out any of the named units there.
Oh yeah, you can knock out villains. It's really hard, obviously, with their super inflated stats.
Right. And there are some people who are required for a cutscene that you can't knock out, but
Yeah.
like Seed was necessary for a cutscene 2 war battles ago.
Gerudo
and
never
we
said
took him out.
anything. You could probably take him out. And Gerudo is probably the most reasonable since he's only a 912.
Yeah. If we fail, thanks, Victor.
Alright. It's time for castle invasion. Of course we take Nanami. She's the healer.
Of course you'll take me. Well, yeah.
Okay, let's...
Natch indeed.
Been using Tomo a bit too much, but my mind immediately went to, Tomo.
Well, I mean...
Let's grab Khan again. Maybe. I don't know. God, this
Come on,
is
we
really,
need you.
really hard.
It's true. Do we bring the Matilda Knights in on this one?
Oh, there's a good point. Yeah, let's grab Miklatov and Camus. Okay.
I mean, my joke suggestion is Sid and Chaco, but you're not gonna do that.
Who?
That's what I figured.
You know, he didn't really get too much of a showing. Let's grab Persmerga. And you know what, fuck it. Let's grab Persmerga and let's grab Mazes.
Team latecomers, knights, and family.
There he is. Yeah, Mazes is alright.
Haven't seen his stats yet.
He's okay.
On stat window, show me what you got.
I see. Hey, he has a blue gate rune.
Yeah, I finally
Yep.
get to show off Blue Gate.
Both characters that can use it. Also, that magic stat.
I don't know if this is another war battle, so I'm just gonna throw it on a safe state just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to take a drink.
Just pull out your hip flask or what have you.
Yeah. Seeing Colgan not being happy with this.
Well, you know. No more war battle for this sequence. Hello, Kona. Even if Camus and Miklatov aren't particularly leveled up, they will be soon enough.
Yep. One good AoE fight and we'll be good. Did he have a Thunder Rune? I thought I read Lightning, but my eyes might be playing tricks on me at this point.
Oh, Amigo Lupus has apparently put together a GIF I requested before. I need to
It was a very important gift.
Yeah,
thing and find the link.
We still have it in the chat.
I don't have the entire history, so
Actually,
oh,
I
we
do
get
not.
a, we find out what happened at the other fight. Cuba's dead. Oh, hold up. I gotta. If they're gonna repost it.
Oh,
There we go. I got it.
Amigo Lupus, you're good to go. Thank you kindly.
Stone of Speed. Let me just
This
take
is
a peek.
the best.
Wow,
gift
that is
I-
a Thunder Rune. Holy fuck. Yup. There's
I
Thor
need
shot.
Does he have?
He has a Thunder Rune.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we haven't been able to show this off yet, so let's just everybody auto attack that boy. Thunder Rune. Oh. Oh my.
Look at now. Mazus is a wizard who knows how.
Oh
to
my.
part.
Oh my. I think it's finally time to show off this mechanic. Time to Shadow Realm someone. So,
Night magic.
here's
Right.
something that I haven't talked about at all yet because it hasn't come up, but in 2, they introduce Unite Magic if you have 2 runes that have a combo on it. And this is way blowing some heavy level stuff, but I think I can do it here.
We can just save state and reload.
Oh,
Just-
yeah. It's really irritating to get combo magic off because you need very high magic. Not everybody can do it. But anyway. I'm going to Shadow Realm this bird.
Poor bird.
You need level 4s.
Well,
Zap.
let's
This-
just,
Looking for it.
you have to
Wait.
wait a little bit more.
Did that bird just stone you out of magic? That's amazing.
What a jerk.
Birds.
That
This
one isn't
bird-
as flashy as some of the other ones, but
Definitely looking for it.
it's still really good. Alright.
That said, it's 2,000 damage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's 2,000 damage. Well, stoned again. I may have to reload because I don't know if I have a way to cure stone.
Does it not just fade on its own?
I don't know because some stats effects do last after battle.
We'll find out. Oh, apparently the original bug in Unite Magic was that if one person does the Unite, it only took 1 MP. That is, if they united with themselves.
Okay, it goes away. Good. Oh, apparently the cockatrice has resistance to lightning, so that would have done way more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Matilda Knights. This is gonna be the bread and butter of stuff we're gonna be fighting in here.
White Knights.
Very high
Or
defense.
Knights of White Order. Yeah. They're
Actually, realizing now, I think the problem with Camus and Miklatov may actually be that their armor blows.
there's real way behind. Also, the
Yep.
cockatrice drops thunder runes.
My god.
So, you know, if you're lucky, lightning for everybody.
Oh boy. Large boys.
Oh, hello. Worst comes to worst, you can just have them unite at things.
What if?
What if we unleashed the empty world.
Gate Rune's really good.
Open
Hello.
the gate.
So it should be emphasized that Empty World does 90 damage flat, but Magus is also a really good caster, and also it goes off your resistances. So yes, that just dealt 180 damage to Camus.
Yeah. Welcome to the Pale Gate Rune.
Pale Gate Rune is real good.
Open the gates to Monster Land.
Yeah, it's as you would expect from, it is a branch of the Gate Rune. It is the Summoning Rune. Each of the spells has to do with summoning demons and what have you. You might show off a couple more of those. Show off King Road.
Oh good, Highland soldiers. Guys, go home. You're way outclassed.
You only did 200 damage to Miklatov.
And Miklatov has half a game's armor ago.
Yeah, Mazes is alright. He kind of lives up to the name of best caster in the game. Jesus Christ.
Meanwhile, we summon a character from the Shining Force series.
And, yep, let's just go the whole gambit. Let's go open gate. Yeah, there's Mazes' weakness, though. Gets shot by an arrow, takes 100 damage.
Not physically durable, this man. Fortunately, when you've got real phenomenal power, you don't need to be.
I mean, he can apparently take an attack from Uber.
Okay, new theory. The Pale Gate Rune opens gates to other video game series, since apparently we just summoned Ninetales. That spell opens a gate to Pokemon. King's Road opens a gate to Shining Force.
I can dig it. Oh my god.
Running out of healing.
No, I'm just so done with fucking encounters. The encounter rate is super high in this dungeon and I hate it.
Yep.
I want to die.
Yeah, well, go to town. If only we had brought Tomo. Empty World opens a gate to Breath of Fire, it's true.
I love his casting animation too. He kind of does like a little magic wand wave, sparkles come out.
Honestly, it seems like the Moon Rune opens the gate to Legacy of Kain.
Wait, hold on.
Fortunately, that's back in Sierra's pocket now. Pale Palace opens a gate to Skies of Arcadia, apparently.
Well,
Hello there.
let's give the boys up front a little bit more resistance. Also, yeah, there you go. That just goes to show how great A, level slingshotting is, and B, Camus, actually not that bad with the rune.
Oh, time to drop a train. Right, he comes with a Rage Rune.
Yep.
Oh, what's the Pale Gate spell we haven't seen? Pale Palace?
Yeah. I'll probably use that in the next pretty beefy encounter.
Right, fair enough. I think Luca Blight cast this on himself before attacking a row.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's casting very low-level fire magic on him. Specifically, flaming
Instant
arrows.
flames? Oh, flaming arrows.
Yeah, has that animation that he does. It just combos that into that. Well, okay. Here's a bunch of soldiers being sent to the Shadow Realm. Defend, 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 and rune. Pale Gate. Pale Palace. Okay, Skies of Arcadia, yeah.
Boy, I can't wait for this. Skies of Arcadia was another game.
Oh,
where
I
it
see.
Like, does open a gate to Skies of Arcadia. This is incredible.
Oh, shit. Well, we're gonna fix somebody's defense. Hello, Camus.
Well, hello
Camus,
there.
this magic robe I have in my inventory is better than what Camus had on. Are they actually game references? No, we're just making a joke.
No, it's me being a dumb and it working out astonishingly well, all things considered. Arcadia is another game that made me real happy because, I don't know, it just has the same kind of charm that, like, a bunch of the Suikoden games have.
Yep.
As
Okay.
I get older, I feel this feeling will become more and more inevitable, but I feel like, for want of a better term,
Hold up.
a lot of
No, continue. I'm backtracking.
more recent, my more recent exposure to RPGs has given me the idea that they don't really have that same kind of charm. They take themselves a little too seriously, a little too often. You know, this game has Nanami in it, so it's a little hard to get self-important when Nanami is in your game. And yeah, I was real happy to see the Skies of Arcadia bunch in Valkyria Chronicles.
Also, yeah, I've made Family Attack exceedingly strong because main character now is a 15 sword.
Right, and, you know, kindness rune
Or
and all that.
Tonfa. Yeah, kindness is gonna get as beefy as it will.
Brevity, Ardrin. Brevity would mean that it, you know, knows when to keep it short, and I'm given to understand that Xenoblade 2 didn't necessarily either, but Xenoblade was a pretty long game, as I understand it.
Yeah, no, that is what you were saying is correct so far from what I've played of Xenoblade 2 and what I played of 1.
Yeah, I remember
Levity.
hearing Xenoblade 1 had some levity in it. Or, you know, had Ricky in it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the recent Tales game, Tales of Berseria, that game has a lot of jokes in it, but it's also like a very serious plot. I think it balances the two very well, but like, that game does have problems, but it's a game like I like a lot.
Yeah, it's a quarter to Rhine time, that too. Like, the Tales games in general actually generally do pretty well, as anime as they are, of balancing, like, serious plot time with not being ludicrously self-important.
Let me tell you about Tillier.
Yeah, there's that too. But, like, the every Tales game always contains at least one person willing to take the piss out of the plot. And the glorious thing about Tales of Vesperia is that that was the main character. Yuri is incredible because he's willing to make fun of how stupid the stuff going on around him is. And, like, troll his fellow party members, and it's wonderful.
You know how beefy Camus has gotten. He can take a hit now.
Right. It's lovely to see that happening inside of this dungeon. Also the dog, yes.
I mean, he got a piece of equipment that upped his defense by 22.
Mm-hmm.
They should leave
Tales
the
of
treasure.
Vesperia contained,
Power glove.
warning, this is going to involve spoilers for Tales of Vesperia, and yeah, that. By extension, the rest of the series. So, I got into the series with Tales of Symphonia, which kind of set my expectations for the series, probably correctly. So, Lloyd was kind of formative in my perception of what the Tales protagonists do. No, not necessarily, no.
Very no, in fact.
Very no, in fact. They may have similar themes or at least sort of general trends of execution, but even that's not a hard and fast rule. But yes, in a game series where my expectations for the protagonist were set by Lloyd being dumb as a post and sort of honorable to a fault, when confronted with a man whose MO is, so hey, the law can't touch me, was, hey, guess what, I can, Shiv. And Tales, for all its stuff, was a very idealistic series in general. So having the main character just decide that murder is a perfectly acceptable option is a hell of a surprise. I mean, The Amazing Fiona, let's be clear, there was also that in Dragon Age Origins, so...
Maybe for
But
the
yes.
bits, Dr. Billy. In
Stabbing that fucker and bumping his body over a bridge, because Yuri just could not care less. Anonymous Jerkbag, you'll have to be more specific. What game was what in?
The stabbing.
Oh, the stabbing? That was Tales of Vesperia.
It's funny, like, how a lot of people's first experience with Tales is Symphonia, because if you go back to that game is actually not, like, good. Like,
No,
it has a lot of nostalgia factor for me as well, but it's not, like, a good Tales game, to be honest.
Interesting. So, like, and I mean, it has I think the major issue with Symphonia is gameplay problems, because they didn't refine, like, Abyss was the first game where it was just an awful lot of fun to play, because the free run meant that boss fights were just... They turned into more shooting games than anything else, where dodging everything was your primary defense against stuff, rather than, Symphonia, where the battle system was very clunky. Abyss was immensely responsive, and therefore just an awful lot of fun. But one was available earlier on a cheaper system. For my money, still had my favorite, like, party member in the series to date.
As in gameplay, or?
As in portrayal in story. Included, even. Since, was pretty okay. For better or for worse, my perception of JRPGs has always been that, in particular, tend to fall into the trap of placed into a bad situation, their response is to on its own terms, essentially. And Symphonia contains a character who, upon being informed that he's pretty much fucked from the word go, responds with, ha ha ha, that's cute, and spends virtually his entire time on screen scheming to get out of the hole that he's in. It's wonderful. Because he absolutely is not having any of this predestination bullshit. And in a JRPG of that era, it's cool to see a party member, and especially a party member who's not the main character, take that kind of initiative. I think I cut you off there.
Yeah, I was actually trying to think of what I was about to say after that. I do think Abyss actually has like probably the most realized world out of like every Tales game I've played. Like it goes into really weird detail, to be
Yeah,
honest.
like it goes into some pretty intense detail. on
The
the
obscure
mechanics.
stuff that like you wouldn't realize unless you decide to read this one book here or whatever.
Mhm.
And I mean that is really cool to me, but it's also just I don't know. I do like Abyss. Like it's definitely on my upper half of Tales games.
So there's one thing I do really, really like about this, is that like wizard
you
clo-
cut out. You're cutting out a little bit there.
Am I still cutting out?
I mean, it's on and off.
Testing. Okay.
You're
So
fine right now, yeah.
when they made wizard cloning a thing, like an important plot point in Abyss, they made good and damn sure that this wasn't just like a magical one-off Deus Ex Machina thing that happens once to make the plot go and then never again. No, there are fully 3 fucking characters in the game. Named characters that you are either guaranteed to encounter or have a pretty decent chance of encountering, who are the products of wizard cloning. It's not just like a random ass plot point.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of at least 2 main characters that are very, very related to Clone.
Yes, but also like 2 supporting cast members who are also very related to cloning, plus the bonus boss. To some extent, Tales of Vesperia is the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead style JRPG. The entire premise is that the main character's best friend is the actual JRPG protagonist who's trying to get things done the honorable way, and Yuri is his asshole best friend who just jumps the rails of the system and does whatever the fuck he wants to get things done.
Y'all waiting for an ambush out there? Y'all gonna do an ambush at some point?
Hello, Red Eye Flight. Hi, guys. What up? Red Eye Flight, we are currently in Matilda.
We are currently in shit is going down. I may be done with random encounters a little bit because we're not getting a lot of experience, and my money's getting pretty full. Except for maybe this one. Cannot suffer a bird.
A little. Not hugely, because the point of view is stapled to Yuri, but you do occasionally get scenes where it feels like Yuri has walked into one of Flynn's cutscenes. Corrupted his shit, and it's glorious.
Who's Mazes?
Red Eye
Mazes is one of the endgame mans.
Wizard we found in a cave.
Yeah, wizard we found in the cave.
Really good wizard we found in a cave. As cave wizards go, I'd put him pretty near the top of the list, to be honest.
I'm literally fighting fights right now in this dungeon purely on rune drops.
Rune drop, yeah.
I'm fighting the cockatrices for rune drops, and I'm fighting the Matilda Knights because they can drop the they can drop a recipe.
I mean, in fairness, Argona, there was, also the section in Tales of the Abyss where you get a fairly heavily fleshed out, quote-unquote, party member who hangs out for all of one dungeon and then fucks off.
And it is completely in character.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Luke comes by it honestly. Argona, have you ever played Saga Frontier?
I have not played any of the Saga games.
Okay, that's kind of unfortunate because it's actually pertinent to this discussion. I did bring it up out of the fucking blue. In particular, Saga Frontier was predicated on the idea that there were a whole bunch of little stories that you played that sort of interconnected with each other and sort of didn't. But more importantly, one of them, Blue's story, has you play as an asshole magician whose major goal is to master one of every 2 schools of magic, since they're mutually contradictory, and then duel his twin brother to the death and become the best wizard in the world. Thank you, Ardrin. The thing is, Blue's ending definitely does leave something to be desired, because the game is largely incomplete, and Blue's ending is one of the places where it really shows that. But in particular, you get this fancy custom dueling arena for the duel with Blue's twin. Blue lose it. And the game doesn't game over you.
Cut out.
Okay.
I heard it fine, but alright.
You have your fabulous magical duel with Blue's twin brother,
Mhm.
and whichever twin wins becomes the new main character and gets given all the magic that the other one learned.
Nice.
And
Yeah, that
almost-
is very relevant. I had to think about it for a second, but yep.
and yeah, now you know what I'm getting at, because I really, really wanted that to happen. Because it would have made that fight with, frankly, the best combat music in the game happening all at once.
Probably like the best combat music in Tales in general, if you ask me.
Yeah, Meaning of Birth is
It's
high up there. That sequence was just so good.
yeah.
I'm dying.
You sure are. We're sorry about random ass JRPG talk, folks.
No, it's fine. This dungeon's boring as shit.
Yeah, I mean,
This dungeon has a whole lot of nothing happening.
Comma, I will give you that. Rune Quest line was more fun than Tarot, because you didn't have to get fucking drunk for the Rune Quest line. God damn, the Grail card is awful. Oh, Grail card. For the folks out there who didn't have the pleasure of playing Saga Frontier, every kind of magic in the game, at least the kinds that you can, like, learn orally, or not mandatorily, the kinds that you can get the gift for, which means you can learn new spells by leveling up, or at least getting stat ups. They all have a quest line associated with them where you, like, prove you've got what it takes to learn the magic. Oh no, I think I know how, Fiona. The Tarot quest line has you go to a bunch of places to earn a bunch of cards. One of the cards is the Grail card, which involves you going to Booze Brewing Central and sampling the local wares from a bunch of different people. You then have to walk through a set of monster-infested screens and get close to any one of the spawns. A big old monster jumps out and tries to gank you. This is not problematic, except that A, monsters in Saga Frontier scale to your level, and B, when you're on the Grail quest, you are super drunk. And as a consequence, every party member starts every battle with a status ailment. Which means that when I tried to do it, I started the battle, had my wizard mega wind blast my entire team for 10 times more than their maximum health, and said, no, fuck this shit, and hit the reset button. Went back and did the stupid rune quest.
that really reminds me of the old Seventh Saga bug that people may or may not know of. So in the English version of the Seventh Saga, they randomly decided to change all of the enemies' stats and stuff. So like player character got less on a level up, but the enemies got the same amount as the original game. So what that meant was that certain boss fights became simply impossible. And like you wouldn't know this until the end of the game.
Yep. Yeah, that was the other part that I didn't mention. Your controls are super fucked up during the walk through that swamp. Because you're, again, super drunk.
Alright, so I'm gonna interrupt right here.
Sorry, it's plot time
It
now.
is actually plot time.
I'm actually, for the first time ever in RPG night, I'm gonna go into chat, call silence. Which just means I'm gonna deafen myself. You two can talk amongst yourselves. But it's also so that, like, Argona, you can turn on the video.
I see.
Mainly because I hooted and hollered about Luca Blight being the best sequence in the game, and I stand by that as the fucking best sequence in the whole game. This is the most important scene in the game.
It is, yeah.
So, I'll be back in about 10 or so minutes. It's just you and me. That's important to do. Oh, come on. No. No. I refuse. I'm trying to be dramatic, game, please. Thank you. Okay. Not even worth my goddamn time. Oh, I wasn't expected to be muted through that whole thing. There's a very short list of things in video games that still fuck me up, and that scene is definitely one of them. I'm gonna get the call back up. Hey. Hi. I'm back. Oh.
I cannot believe that just happened.
Yeah, that was kind of a dick punch when I played this game. Uh,
It was really hard. Streaming that. I'm still a little fucked up right now. But B, going into that, leaving almost everything on the Nami, not taking off the floating rune, just to keep that in the dark.
mhm.
As if I had just suddenly taken like the armor and the rune off, it would have been very clear that something was going to happen.
You know, the player experience going into this, because I feel like most of the players who are doing this for the first time will bring Nanami along because she's just a lot of fun, and thus they have no
tell you to
idea.
bring her along too.
In this case, she's forced, yes, but
Yeah.
Normally I just dragged her everywhere, and yeah, really did not see this coming. And yeah, Joey is.
Also, I want you to know that I was doing stuff like over the course of the week, like looking up how much health Gerudo has and how much damage various things do, so that I could have that go out exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just finish him off with the double level 4 combo.
Yep. Meanwhile, Shu kind of has to take care of business because
Chat
not
points out.
really in
No, go on.
not really in any shape to make decisions. You were saying?
Yeah, chat points out a good point that it's not readily apparent, but Joey knows what's going down. He was there, but he told the army to retreat so that they could get Nanami out, or something to that akin.
Yep. And front and center, our hero, the circus crew, and then, you know,
Storyline characters.
and more importantly, the people who were close to our hero first when he arrived in the city-state. Oh. So
can-
Father will... Something that I totally did not cotton on to even now, which is that the 4th level spells represent what the Bright Shield and Black Sword represent. One shows images of the Earth when it uses its 4th level ability. Shows images of the sky and space.
Oh.
And yeah, you can also talk to everybody in the castle right now.
Yeah, I accidentally triggered continuing.
Oh. Dick move, game.
There was the entire week leading up to the stream, which I was like, fuck, I'm gonna cry on stream, aren't I? I'm just gonna completely lose it on stream. Like it was more the thing of like I wasn't like ashamed of like going to cry on stream, like not that. It was more of like I'm gonna have to recover and everything. And there, finally. I was right. That triggers part of Cooking Quest where things are stolen. I'm just gonna make sure that going in again isn't going to trigger a thing. Okay, good. Yeah, just gotta burn some time. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, it's the most important scene in the game.
Most certainly is.
I think we're done for the video, done for the night at this point. Next
Seems
time,
like a good place to call it as any.
yeah,
Yeah.
next time we move on.